Speaker, sir. I beg to call the attention of the Minister in Charge Labour under Rule 51.4 or 54.1 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct Business to the news item published in Unang Sanjima dated 23rd February 2021 under the caption Nalor Papentre Hybrid Lapka HNNM Bon Kibarjala Batre Klem Kot Ki Karkhana Haumia.
You may initiate the discussion.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to you for admitting this call attention motion based on the news item that appeared in our local Khasi Daily, Sanjima, dated 23rd February 2021. Sir, the news item highlights two incidences in the EPIP Umiam. Number one, there are laborers from outside the state who are working in the industrial units without proper documents. And number two, underage youths are being employed by the industrial units. It is also alleged that one MN Sawcom Veneer Mills Private Limited has violated the labor laws and even made underage youth work in their units. Sir, I want to know whether any inquiry has been conducted to ascertain the facts. If it has been done, I would like to request the Honourable Deputy Chief Minister to kindly provide us a copy of the same. If not, sir, perhaps an inquiry should be done immediately, not only for this unit, but maybe for all other units, to prevent such incidences and to ascertain the actual ground realities. Sir, one major violation in the EPIP Umiam is that our local youths are not accommodated as per the reservation policy that is laid in the industrial policy that has to be followed. One fact that hinders our youths to such employment avenues is that the salaries are not as per the minimum wage rates. Very low salaries are being paid. This deters our local youths to take up the employment there in the industrial units. Another fact is that the local youths are not being conditioned and trained so that they can gain the skills that is required so that they can be employed in those industrial units. Sir, there's also no platform that would allow our youths to be aware of the vacancies that arise in those industrial units. So, sir, another inference that can be drawn from this incident as reported in the newspaper is that the Migrant Labourers Licensing Act that has been recently passed by the August House and also the MRSSA Act 2016, they are not being applied in the field by the Labour Department. So, sir, we are seeing this very wrong trend, sir. Even though I would appreciate the efforts and concerns of various organizations, but then suddenly they would barge into most of these industrial units. Recently, they barged in some work sites also. So this is a concern, an emotional concern of the society as a whole when they see maybe some migrant laborers coming and working in various sites across the state. But then, sir, this concern has to be addressed effectively. There should be some kind of a system that will allow citizens, vigilant organizations to report to the Labour Department. And then steps should be taken by the Labour Department to facilitate such kind of inspections if they have not done any, provide information and assist the vigilant citizens in a befitting manner. Otherwise, sir, we're seeing sometimes things get out of hand. There's some scuffles, there's some kind of unhealthy interactions and conversations, which really brings a very bad kind of atmosphere and really hinders the spirit of workmanship in most of these units. Therefore, sir, such situations, if it is happening, where there are no migrant laborers are without documents, if underage youths are being employed in such units, if there is no kind of system that is being put in place, that there's a regular check and also to address grievances of citizens in a very systematic manner. Then these kind of instances where vigilance citizens take the laws in their own hand and then move to these units and inspect by themselves, it is quite an unhealthy precedent, sir. So therefore, sir, I urge upon the government to kindly conduct the inquiry as stated in the news item if it is to ascertain the veracity of the facts. At the same time, to look into these submissions that I have made, sir. Perhaps they may be of use in order to facilitate a better environment for our industrial units, and also to ensure that whatever acts and rules that have been put in place, they are made effective and implemented in the ground by the Labour Department, sir. With these few submissions, sir, I once again urge upon necessary action from the government and the Honourable Deputy CM, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. May I request Honourable Minister to reply, please.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, at the outset, I am so grateful to the Honourable Member of Umroi Constituency, Mr. George Pilingdor, for bringing the call attention notice under Rule 54.1 on the matter relates to the news item that appeared in Unong Sai Nima, dated 23rd February 2021, under the caption Nalor Bapantrey Yakebrit Lab Karnam Bun Kibarjala Batrey Klemkot Haki Karkhana Haumyam. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, on receiving the above news report regarding using undocumented laborers and child labor at MN Sao Conveyor Mills Private Limited, Umyam Industrial Area, a spot inspection of the premises of the sawmill was carried out by our labor inspectors of the District Labor Office, Ribhoi, District Nongpo. As per the report on the inspection conducted on the 24th February 2021, to ascertain the presence of underage workers below the age of 18 years, as well as confirming whether these laborers obtained necessary documents as prescribed by the Act and rules prevails in the state of Meghalaya. And after checking the muster roll and attendance registers called for, check and verify, a total of 6 permanent and 20 casual workers were found to be present and working on the premises on the said day. The inspection team conducted verification and identification of all workers present on the premises as per the identity cards furnished by the proprietor. Also, the wages register maintained by the owner was checked to ensure compliance under the Minimum Wage Act and found that all the employees were paid as per the notified rates as per the government norms. During the inspection, there was no evidence of engaging underage child labor by the sawmill. However, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, it is also to mention here that the government has constituted district task force in each district under the Child Labor Prohibited and Regulation Act 1986 to monitor all initiative by the designated team of officers for identification, pre-rescue planning, rescue operation, interim care, as well as for persecution of employers violators under the said Act. The district task force is headed by the Deputy Commissioner and assisted by 12 other members from police, labor, social welfare, BDOs of the district, and the district child protection officers, respectively. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, it is also submitted here that the district task force keep meeting regularly to review the actions carried out by the members of the said task force to ensure that no child labor is engaged in any commercial activities in any district in the entire state. Also, all the district level labor department teams are briefed to be extremely vigilant about any commercial establishment resorting to engaging child labor and also to conduct surprise checks of the premises of the commercial establishment to detect cases of child labor engaged by the employers. All such cases, when detected, shall be strictly dealt with as per the law. In addition to what the honorable member has expressed, sir, well, now since the act passed by this August House last year, and the act is in the name of registration, identification, and safety and security of Migrant Workers Act 2020, I would like to inform, sir, that the rules was in place. All notification has been issued to all the district task force that action has to be taken accordingly as per the prescribed rules, prescribed norms issued by the government. And also, sir, on the 5th of this month, we have also launched a special portal online registration for all the migrant workers to make sure that we do ease business in the state of Meghalaya. So with this few clarifications, sir, I resume my seat.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, I thank the Honorable Deputy CM for the reply. Sir, the concern that I had raised is also facilitating such kind of, if there are vigilant citizens that report the presence of migrant workers unchecked, unreported, or maybe without valid documents, they should facilitate a system, sir, perhaps a helpline that will allow the vigilant citizens to report and not take laws into their own hand and just walk into any industrial unit or any kind of enterprise that will disturb the law and order situation in the state, sir. So this will help, sir. At least we will encourage citizens to be vigilant. At the same time, a response team takes ahead whatever needs to be done and check the ground realities and facts, to ascertain the facts, and not unnecessarily create any kind of furor because of the vigilant organizations and citizens moving by themselves due to lack of response of the system, sir. That is one submission, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now we come to item number 2, short duration discussion brought by Dr. Majel Amparalindo, MLA, to raise a short duration notice under Rules 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business regarding the prevailing power crisis in the state of Meghalaya. Dr. Majel Amparalindo, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to raise a short duration discussion under Rule 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business regarding the prevailing power crisis in the state of Meghalaya, sir.
You may discuss, initiate the discussion.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, at the outset,